Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Live. We are your Fortnite podcast. Obviously, it's a lot to talk about, but on top of that, we are doing our top 50 list. After months of working on it, we are finally excited to release it. But, honestly, we were going to just do the top 50 list to start off this week, and then Fortnite drops a bomb on us. Fortnite and Disney. This is a major moment. If you haven't heard about it, obviously, we'll cover it today. But more than anything, it's a crazy time for Fortnite. Now all we need is more information on the cards and we can get into it. My name is Rob. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on, everybody? Let me say what's up to Schwartz, Natron, Inky Bruh, Cards, Inky Bruh as well, JT, Natron, Palms, Richard, JL, Matthew, Dill. Is that everybody? And Funka Day.
Yep. What's up, y'all?
Yo, you able to
Finally
finally
made one.
catch a live? That's a shout out. What's up,
Yo,
man?
let's go.
Warfighter, get
Get
hype.
hype.
What's going on,
Get hype.
guys?
The squad is in here for sure.
If you guys have not checked out the Discord, I've seen a lot of you guys posting in the Discord, so that's pretty
Yes.
great. Just so you guys know, most of my family is sick, so I have two kids in here with me. My wife has COVID, so if I have to jump off, that's why I'm fighting a little sickness, but I'm clear. So
Yeah.
just want to be clear about that.
Yeah, I think it did switch a little bit. The mic.
My mic,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. You might have been just too far away from it.
I don't know. You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Like good.
Yeah, but I'm trying to hang in here for you guys, JL.
Yeah. He he
But
fight
yeah,
he fighting through right now.
I loaded up on some medicine. I took a shower. I was like, let's do this. Let's get this top 50 over with.
Yeah. No, man, it's
Rob put a lot of work into the presentation, so I'm excited to see what he's done.
yeah, man, it's me and Dylan if you're a premium member, you know that we extensively went through this. It wasn't no cut dry answers. We had to kind of fight through it, not literally fight, but like fight through all of these cards and just figure out exactly where we want to place them as THG. And I think we did a pretty good job.
Now, if you guys are premium members, it's changed a little bit
Yes, yeah,
since our last thing. We've had some meetings and some other things, so we changed a couple things.
but nothing
Just
major.
nothing major, just a couple final details. And when we get to it, if your card is not on there, a card you think it's really hard, right?
Yeah,
There's so many cards that don't even get auctioned off.
yeah,
Like I'm sick, for instance, like Fable is one of the cards I like. She's never available, right? I'm
yeah,
not saying she's a top 50 at all. I'm just saying
yeah,
cards don't always make it to the market. So there are going to be sleepers, regardless if it hits our top 50 or not.
yeah.
So this is just like the best we could come up with at this point, and then we'll do another one next
No,
year.
no. Scratch that. We got a list, y'all. We're not doing that. We got a list. We got a great list.
It is great, but
Yeah,
things can
yeah,
always
yeah,
change. That's
yeah,
all I'm
for sure.
saying. But
Well,
next year.
as y'all know that we've said last year that our list is more of what you would consider a power ranking and in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So each year we kind of take time re-go through the markets and all of these things, which is different this year. We actually did the market side and really dissect it, and you
Mm-hmm.
kind of get to see the way brain works. And this is not so much about the overall highest sales or anything, but it's very different from last year's list. And I think y'all will enjoy this one a lot more. And it's very much more clear and concise of exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a very strong list. I have to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
very strong.
yeah.
I'm sure someone's gonna hate it, but it's
Yeah,
very
of
strong.
course. That comes with the territory. I was actually watching so when it came to putting the list together, right? I watched the top 50 rappers of all time that Billboard did last year.
Oh God.
No, I watched the video, right? And then I watched all of the like reviews and all of the podcasts talking about it. And they for the most part they gave him credit, but they definitely got some responses and I don't expect anything different.
I mean, top five is hard for rappers. Top 50.
I
That I
mean,
feel
bro,
like so many people would
yeah.
get just thrown under the bus. I feel like that's too difficult. I didn't watch that. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
the list was. I can
I
just imagine.
I went through a couple tops. Like I did top 50 comic books, first appearances. I did top 50. I watched top 50 I also watched the top 50 basketball cards of all time. That list was really subjective, but that was fun to see as well.
All right, so you want to talk about the news first for Disney, or you want to jump into the top
Yeah, I think so.
50?
I think that's on top. I think once we get into the top 50, it's gonna be kind of hard to veer away from the topics and conversations on that. So I'll let you run this one off, bro. What you
Yep.
think?
So when the news dropped, dude, I was excited. First of all, they already do so much, right?
Yeah.
But the rollout with the video, and
Yeah.
they put Fortnite up there with some of their biggest names, right? So they put
Hmm.
them up there with Avatar. They put them up
Hmm.
there with Star Wars. Now some people say, "Oh, that we're gonna get Avatar because of that." But what's got me more excited is all those things they showed
Yeah.
are things that they put money into in their amusement parks. They made them like huge attractions.
Hmm.
So I know some people said this is an L, but for me, cards aside, nostalgia aside, they need to put Fortnite in Disney World because I'm going. My family loves Disney World, and now like, if they put
Yeah.
a 0 Point park, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm
This
going.
is
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now, of course,
man.
movies, series, all that is now on the table.
Hmm.
Um, it's just exciting. So, and if we, I'm sure y'all seen the video, but
Hmm.
it goes and it says watch, play, buy, and all these kinds of things. And
Hmm.
people say, oh yeah, we can watch Disney stuff and Fortnite and all this kind of stuff. Now, I'm thinking, no, we can actually get series and movies now.
Yeah.
How long that's gonna
Yeah.
take, who knows? But I'm excited, very excited.
And to your point, I think what's interesting about what you just said is that now we're not one of the small groups of people that's thinking that way. If
Hmm.
you was on Twitter at any point, or even Instagram, if you was on Twitter or Instagram at any point during this time, everybody was bringing up movies, everybody was bringing up shows. So they're kind of catching up to our community. Like our community, we've been thinking of this, the JLs, the Kyries of the world. We all were talking about the possibilities of these things. And I think that now is very interesting to me because I might be eating my words on a couple things as time goes on. And what I mean by that is I think y'all gonna know what I'm getting at when I get to this. Certain skins, characters for that matter, fit amusement parks a lot better than others.
Oh, for sure.
With with that being said, there might be face value when you see certain skins. It might just be a recognition that you can't get rid of. I.e., the way we see iconic skins across the board, the Bugs Bunnies, the Mickey Mouses of the world, and certain skins fit that mold pretty well. So I don't know what that means, but all I'm saying is that certain characters fit amusement parks a lot better than others, and it could really bolster up those type of characters and those type of skins and cards for that matter, as time goes on. And that's talking 3-5 years down the road.
Yeah, I mean, even movies can still be 2 to 3 years down the road, right? So
Yeah.
I doubt they were working on movies before this
Yeah.
because of like this whole thing. But
Right.
now that they have this in and
Mhm.
they own 10% of it,
Yeah.
they're now incentivized to go and do this without Epic Games, and Epic Games can be like, no, yes, no, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean 1.5 billion is not a short conversation. So to your point, yeah, this was in the works for a very long time. Man, I don't know how
Mm.
Sony feel. I don't know how Sony feels, bro. I mean, they paid the same amount of money for 5%. So
Right, but there's different things. So
Disney
now
is Disney.
Epic Games gets access to Pixar. Epic
Hmm.
Games gets all this access to all of these different characters.
Perfect
So
discount.
it's different, right? So
Yeah.
and especially if they do amusement park, like
Hmm.
if they work those into the deals, Sony can't really compete with that. Now,
Yeah.
should Sony care? No, because they have 5% of Epic Games.
Yeah. And that joint just went up.
Yeah, it's just it's
Yeah.
just gonna help them out. Yeah, it sucks, but like if you, I mean, when you're competing like that, it's kind of crazy. Now I don't know who gave up equity for this. I don't know
Yeah.
how it worked. I
Yeah.
think JT was asking that too. I have no idea how the split worked,
Yeah.
but I just know for us going forward, is if you guys were worried about the longevity of Fortnite,
Hmm.
it has been established. It's
Man,
pretty clear now.
it's crazy because if you think about the conversations that we were having just a couple months ago, we're talking about the possibilities and how far-fetched we thought the conversations we were having was. Now, I mean, we kind of put it this way, they can give us a glimpse of possibilities of how sections of the Fortnite amusement park inside of Disney can look before it's even developed in the game. Like you seen the trailer. Like there's a whole world that's about to come into Fortnite, and you now have a precursor to what's going to be physical. It's kind of I don't know, man.
it's exciting, and
Tim Sweeney
some,
killing it.
and we get Pixar. So if we get movies and stuff like we get Pixar. So like they rarely miss. Okay, they
Yeah.
rarely miss. So I'm excited.
Palms. I don't know if Sterling doesn't make it. I don't think it's a real top list, top 50 list. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Who is Sterling? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Sterling? I don't think Sterling made the list because I'm not sure who that is either.
No, I know he didn't make the list, or she. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah, I
which
know.
one is. I can't remember that. I can't remember that one.
I'm about to look it up. I don't think that's a skin. I'm gonna call BS.
No, it is. I think I.
Oh,
Oh God, was
that
it?
one.
No,
That's
no,
why.
yeah,
No,
yeah. Okay.
Eminem did not make the list, unfortunately. I don't remember this skin. I mean, I vaguely remember the look of it, but
JT facts.
season 8. Wow. Yeah, no, I don't remember that one. That one's gonna be a hard no. The fake Eminem.
Sterling is that's the gray with the silver outfit. I
Yeah,
don't even. Oh,
you
that's
haven't
that.
seen it? I can throw it up if you want.
Yeah, I think he's in series 3. I know. That's what I was getting at. Warfight. I'm about to say that I never seen him in series 3. I think that skin is trash. They did the
Yo,
Lux male counterpart trash.
that's the Lux male counterpart. Are you kidding?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
I
Lux
did
just
not
went
know he
down in
was.
value.
Yeah, right. I didn't even know he was in series. Yeah, that joint is trash. That joint is awful.
Yeah, that one's not great.
Sorry if that's
All right,
somebody's
I get
PC
it.
card. Sorry if that's somebody's PC card. But
And you just trashing it. I didn't say it was bad. It's great.
no,
Whoever's
no,
PC.
it's an ugly skin for sure. I guess I'm just adding to the Autumn Queen and Flytrap list, huh? My bad.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're not as bad as me and Autumn Queen. So
no, yeah. But
I think
Autumn
everybody.
Queen is Aura's sister, so it don't even matter.
No, see, everyone is like they're manifesting Autumn Queen to be a breakout hit just to spite me. Just to
Yo,
spite me. I hope it happens.
I think she might pass Aura in usage fairly soon.
Yeah, it's just gonna take 25 years. They're gonna have to like ban the skin first.
MK, we don't know if obviously we don't know if it's going to have an effect on the comics, but we do know that this opens the world back up. So now we're more positive, we're more on the optimistic than pessimistic when it comes to comic books coming, at least in the future. Not we don't know if it's in the near future, but at least in the future, this seems like it's a little bit more positive than what we felt before.
And I'll let someone who has more experience with comics like correct me in the comments, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like since Disney owns Marvel and they do all the shows, they do the superhero characters and stuff like that, that comics are going to be a good way for them to tell a story, test the
Yeah.
story, and then bring it to the movies and shows. So I think this is a good thing for the comics.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It also, and we're talking about this, should we talk about the whole Marvel thing?
Yeah.
So we are going to be partnering with a Marvel YouTube. They collect Marvel cards. They're going to open up some Fortnite cards. Yeah, collaborate.
Yeah.
So they're going to be opening up a pack of Fortnite cards on their channel, but they don't know anything about it. So they asked us to hop on. And I think this would be a good opportunity to kind of like compare and contrast because now we're kind of like, what do you call it? Like cousins now. Because
yeah.
We're all part of the same universe.
It's it's connected now.
And now we can actually theoretically get Marvel skins as cards.
Yeah, it's open now for sure. Only problem that we have at this given moment, and don't know how this works. No JT, but they do collaborate with Spidey Hits a lot. Is Marvel Madness. So that's going to be interesting to see how that collaboration goes. We'll make sure that we'll do the hobby justice. Because as y'all know, I love the Marvel card community a lot. I watch from afar, so just kind of connecting on that front is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat with them. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I agree. Kari's storyline hits. I mean, if you think about Peely and all this stuff, he's already up in the market.
Yeah,
I think this is just bigger. Like Jonesy, any of those characters really. I think the card market is going to look very different in 5 to 10 years because
Yeah,
of this. I think these. I mean, even think about amusement parks, like we were saying earlier. I think these characters can they can really make an effect on people.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's these are the type of things like obviously me and Dylan was a little doubting out when it came to we the storyline developed series two so much. Like it added so much to series two. Series two already had the sweat skins, right?
Mhm.
But as the story developed, it fell in the series two category. And then with Donald Mustard exit, it kind of was a little weird. It left a bad taste in your mouth, just because you didn't know how exactly it was gonna go. But knowing that this is the direction, we don't know which skins is gonna be characters now. It's not even skins anymore. We don't know which characters is gonna be, but for the most part, this is gonna be fun to see how it develops.
Yeah. So this was my
That's
concept
yeah.
too.
Hmm.
It's like, how is this gonna work? And like, do they care? Probably not, because they also have their own Disney cards, which aren't with Upper Deck, right? The Lorcana.
The yeah, that's from a like I somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like it's from like a company the way DKV was. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know how big the company is that printed those, but it seemed like it was like one of those like adjacent companies. So somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be just spitting out
I
false
I also
information, but
I
yeah.
also think it doesn't matter that much because we have to remember they bought 10%. Epic Games is running it, right? So
I guess it depends on the contract with Fanatics though. You
yeah,
know, because if that's like if it's like let's just call it a without getting into like actual business terms, if it's like 100% contract, maybe it's one of those things where I don't know, bro. That's interesting. I don't know exactly how
I
that
I, gue-
works.
I guess the question is like bring in the Marvel characters
Well, okay, so
because
let me just I know
Epic
this is
Epic Games
yeah.
has full control over their characters. So like if the next series, if Tops does it, and they bring in, they probably can't do Marvel. No,
Oh yeah,
they
no, I
Disney
don't think
probably has
they'll
a contract.
yeah.
So I that would have to run out, I guess. So
Only thing
not
I
that I
think they
care that
can
much.
do, only thing I think, and this is what I thought they should have done the whole time, even when we was having these speculative conversations before. I
Yeah,
think they should do their to at least start off, they should do their own the zero form of those
yeah,
characters. Batman, Spider-Man, Catwoman, things like that. I mean, obviously I'm talking about Batman and DC, but just for an example, if they have a zero style, I think that's the direction that would be kind of safe in that instance where you kind of have your own character, but it's still under the umbrella of Marvel specifically, not
yeah.
DC.
I get what you're saying. I mean, it really depends on the contract. Like
Yeah,
Jake is saying, I would assume not.
yeah.
So
That's probably super far fetched. I got too excited. I thought y'all was talking about the possibility of you having Fanatics and then you got an Upper Deck set that come out too. That's what I was thinking in my head. But that's just I think I
it's
just like
probably
Upper Deck too much.
it's probably gonna sit with
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Fanatics.
yeah. I mean, I
I,
would assume so. That would be messy.
I mean, I'm just excited to see cards in general, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Disney news is just like head over heels. Like the last like 3 to 4 weeks have been amazing for us as a hobby.
yeah.
So now it's just like buy the cards you want and keep collecting.
Yeah, it was in the Discord, like a couple of us, Kyrie was talking, and it's just that discomfort we felt 2 years ago. We was talking about like, yo, don't let
Yeah,
it blow up just yet. A, B, and C. We were saying that, and then not saying that the cards are gonna blow up with A, B, and C. You never know what happens, but it feels a little bit exciting and uncomfortable at the same time. Exciting because we're getting more cards, uncomfortable because it's like, yo, if this does what usually happens when it comes to like history repeating itself, it could get uh it could get out of touch real quick.
yeah. And if you guys weren't here for Series One for the boom, I mean, I'm not talking about prices, okay?
Hmm.
I'm talking about there's nothing available,
Yeah,
like at all. That's
yeah,
how it was.
yeah,
It's not that I could not buy USA shards because there was none listed.
yeah.
I mean, if the
No, that
hobby gets big enough, Series One, Series Two, there's just not enough cracked ice cards to go around, my
mm-mm.
opinion. So that's what you're looking at is like an Armageddon. Like there's nothing out there, and
Yeah,
when that happens and there's still a big market, it's like the prices are gonna be kind of crazy.
for
That's if that
sure.
happens that way. Who knows if it blows up that much? But that's
Hmm.
just. be
Yeah,
ready, I guess.
hypothetically. Yeah, Richard just struck a chord. Lux PMG, Star Rubies, Vibranium, any man. I can imagine Lux in any of those cards because that is a chase for sure. Uh Man, I love the Vibraniums. I mean, it kind of fits into the Crystal Shard cracked ice mode. Vibranium looks amazing, and obviously the PMGs. But that's just talking a little bit of Marvel cards there. But anyway, what so based off of where we are right now, it's crazy how it turned so quick though. Like we
Yeah,
felt like it was like
we went from scared to like
yeah, like it was
chilling
bad.
real
It
quick.
was bad.
So this is my question too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now that Disney's bought into it,
Mm-hmm.
is Fortnite going to like zero in on like Marvel partnerships and stuff like that? That's my question.
Yeah.
Not that they have to,
This
because they just did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So like in the way they approach it, maybe not. Maybe this just gives them more access to all the properties for
right.
Disney. Um, but hopefully, I mean, they still own the
That
majority
has
of
to
it.
that has to be uncomfortable for like screw what Marvel think because Marvel good either way. That has to be Disney, I should say. That has to be uncomfortable for DC though, right? Like
Yeah.
it's some. I mean, it's just it has
Well,
to be.
because they worked with DC first.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like they're working with DC. They did the comics and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then they switched to Marvel, and then like everything Marvel. Now,
Yeah.
granted, the Marvel season did much better. Marvel, I think, has a bigger fan
Mm-hmm.
base. Might be talking
Mm-hmm.
out my ass, but I'm pretty sure they have a bigger fan base,
I
at
would
least
go on that.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially with like the movies and stuff. I feel like the Marvel movies have overall done much better
Mm-hmm.
than the DC movies. So, I
Yeah.
mean, for us, it's a win.
Yeah.
But sorry, DC. So, do you
Dang
want to go
man.
through the Discord polls, or are we doing it
Rec-
after?
no, let's do the recent pickups. Let's get those out just in case there's because it was a lot of heat this week. I'm not gonna lie. I try not to look, but you get the notification, and sometimes I
Yeah,
miss the
I did
notification.
that, and I had a
But
comment on a couple too.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
I seen a couple. I couldn't not see them.
these are like Italy shards, and I see
You
my
s-
pump there.
you did scroll all the way up, right? Just making
Yeah,
sure.
I did.
All right, bet.
I can scroll. This was last week, and
Yeah, yeah,
I remember
yeah,
us seeing this duo last week from at the
yeah.
fair. So I'll throw these up. Honey rifle. So we got like almost all the weapons, I think.
uh, I'm glad that's there because we have to say the pump did get relisted. Just so y'all know, that did get relisted. Um, and me and Dylan was talking before we got on here. That's why for me,
I wasn't gonna
I
say
know.
anything.
No, I have to because I a lot of times when we're judging cards and where cards should be ranked and things like that, I always say I don't have no problems with or best offers. I don't have no problem with private sales. I rock with those heavy. I factor those in. But me personally, I'm more comfortable when the auction is confirmed and is finished, and then I can kind of judge it. I usually like to have a couple auctions really, but like Dylan said, these cards are scarce, so getting a couple to three auctions is slim chance to none.
Yeah, I mean, and it went pretty high. So with it going so high, sometimes who knows what happened? Why the buyer didn't buy? You know,
Yeah,
could have been. I'm not gonna say what it could have been. It could have been a lot of things, or they could
for
have just
sure.
like not thought they were gonna win. I don't know.
And
All
that's
right.
why eBay is rolling that out. But yeah,
Next, we've got a Ragnarok.
that's a bro. That card is oh my god, aesthetically, that card is just amazing. Ragnarok uh aesthetic is definitely top 10 for me, probably top 5 to be honest. Yo, first of all, we gotta say shout out to Brian. That is his grill. So I like to call out when it's somebody's grill because when you get that in your collection, it's a different feeling. So congrats on that, bro.
Yeah, Grail pickup and a Series 1 PSA 10 shard as your Grail.
Yeah,
I mean, luckily my Grail was in Series 2 and I had a bunch, so I was able to get a 10.
yeah.
And then, I worked hard to get my Gold
Mm,
Trooper, but man, a 10? I mean,
yeah,
that's impressive. It's
a,
impressive.
a S1 grill and a 10 is no joke.
S1 Legendary Grail.
Legendary grill.
So,
Just
like, you can mark that off the list and be comfortable.
yeah. And Brian, didn't that come with a T-shirt, that Ragnarok Funko Pop uh box that you got right there? I think that came with a T-shirt, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it did. I don't know if you got
Yeah,
it with
I'm
it, but
pretty
I
sure.
think. Oh yeah, it says it right there. It says tees.
It's a t-shirt.
Yeah, yeah, like that.
North Bay got some heat here too. I was
Yep,
telling you, my
supersonic.
friend, yeah, my friend has that skin. Got a fish stick. Now the hollows, Rob and I were talking about the hollows seem to
Yeah.
be picking up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
They've been picking up. I don't know what else to say. I might need to get some hollows based on some of these prices. We were just talking about PSA 10 hollows in general. I
Yeah.
think Raptor sold for like over 400.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some people saying that's pretty low. I was like, geez, man, these hollows
Yeah.
are hitting. So
Yeah. I mean, if you was there during that time, you know how hard it is to get at least a gym. I mean, gym mint condition card. To be honest, when it came to hollows.
well, I mean, it's hard to compare back in the day because like what Black Knight base was going for like 600. The hollows like
Well,
ungraded was going for
I'm just talking
crazy.
about the hollows that was pulled.
Oh,
Because
I know. I'm just
those are
saying
was
when
in
we were pulling
circulation.
those they were so hard to pull.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's why base cards were going so much. So like the hollows were going for crazy amounts too.
Yeah.
Um, especially like Skull Troopers and stuff like that. Back when I had like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah, for sure.
I should have just kept everything. Warfighter. Now with the Disney news, he went out and started buying comics. I'm just joking. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true, but
No, he had that before.
this is a gem for sure.
We can't, and we definitely can't skip that dynamo that we just scrolled past. I don't know if we
Oh, I
clicked
had
on
it
that
on the
one.
screen. My
Oh,
bad.
okay, yeah, that dynamo is
Yeah, Dynamo is
beautiful right there.
even
Don't matter the
in a
grade.
6. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter for Series 1. Doesn't matter. Hopefully, we keep that energy when I get my 4 for my Ghoul Trooper.
famous tens are very rare. That's what we was talking about before this. Is we were looking specifically at Raptor, and I think the last 10 from what I seen was September 2023. So a couple months for sure.
And just besides that, I was looking and there's no other USA hollows for sale, like at all. And it's just like people aren't even listing their hollows or grading them, and then there's few tens, so it's really rough.
Well, you see, another thing that doesn't get talked about is like we've seen and we've heard of the crystal shard set collectors, cracked ice set collectors, but it's a lot more series one hollow collectors than we think, just based off of having conversations with a good amount of them. And I mean, we even had who was it that just finished the PSA 10 hollow set?
Oh, the legendary. Oh no,
Yeah, it was legend. No, it was the full
because I
set.
think someone completed a legendary set, and then someone else completed a full set.
It's slipping my mind. I know somebody will let us know.
Yeah, for sure. But no, for sure. I mean, the hollows. I mean, I know a lot of people saying they're only collecting hollows because they can't touch the USA shards. But some of these PSA 10 hollows are going as much as shards. So
Mhm.
it's interesting to see that
Wait, yeah, there you go.
see that switch around.
For sure.
Now a THG player. So the whole comps thing. So when you're talking about a trading card game, they have to print enough, right? So there's a whole market, and so the market really decides. I think our stuff is going to be too rare for that, right? Because you can't really price something that's never selling because it's not for sale.
No, I
And
think you can. I think you can.
I think it's gonna be very difficult. So what TCG player does is they literally have a whole market and what it sells for. But like you
Yeah,
can't do that for this because like besides this Raptor Hollow, right?
yeah.
And it was a buy it now price, and none of the pop up. How can you price it?
No, so for instance, like if it's so I know for instance on card ladder, especially for with their CL50, the card has to sell twice within that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is for higher end cards. And I think that's what it is. It's just you have to go card by card basis. Whatever it sells for, those is it's not about so much. It's just comps. I wouldn't even say like the word recent comps. I just think it's going to be more so comps, because it may be some time in between, but whatever it sells for, that's why I like auctions. It just shows kind of how it plays out. Because when it comes to private sales and or best offers, you just don't know the person's ambition for that card. When it comes to sets, we've seen that with 8 ball, and things like that. So yeah, that's why I genuinely like auctions, and I kind of perk up when I see an auction and it's officially finished, because now I'm not saying it's a true comp. I'm just saying it's a strong comp. That's the way I put it. I think all of them are comps, but a strong one for sure.
Yeah, I have to agree with the auction. Is I mean, even like with the Raptor one, like what would that have done with an auction?
Right,
Um,
right.
with the would he got at a better price? You know, who knows? So
Yeah.
I mean, let me go on because I know people want to know about the top 50. Oh, here's another. This was the Dynamo that got the six. There was a
Let me
cut
see if
across
I
the
let me
neck.
see if I did he put which one it was because I think I'm losing oh no, I can see it. That's a USA. I couldn't tell at first because how it was angled.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it got the
It was this one from up here.
oh,
So
okay,
he was
that's the one. It got
explaining
the
why I got
no.
a six.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
got
he
the
was
no
explaining
mark.
why.
Yeah, I didn't look through the list. I like I said, I kind of caught a couple on glimpse.
And we got a velocity.
Velocity.
I like this one. I've had it a couple of times. I don't know what the gym rate is. North, we got another hollow. Can't wait to see this at the park. When
Yeah,
it
there you
opens up
go.
in Disney.
Yep, yep.
I feel like we'll see a chicken there, maybe.
Oh man.
We were just talking about this skin, Tomato Town. I was
Yep.
like, we were literally talking about this last week. All right, this is a big one.
Dang.
Natron
Natron
hit
went crazy.
the PSA 10 Oro cracked ice,
The
guys. So if you guys
first
don't know, there
one.
was like over 30 graded, and this is the first 10.
Hmm.
I have not checked the pop reports lately, but I'm pretty sure this is the one
Yeah,
and
I think
only PSA
yeah, it's
10 of
definitely
Oro.
pop one.
So that's insane. Oh, and then I need this too. Like this is my PC right here. I don't
That
have a PSA 10. I have like two PSA 9s. I have
uh-huh.
a tagged 10, but it's a very low 10. So I have some raw ones. The 10s for her are really hard.
Yeah.
So and then so were these. Like I have a bunch of hush. Like Natron, I don't know what you do. You said you it's because you rip. I don't believe you. These 10s are just insane. You have to be getting these like from somewhere else. You got an Optichrome
Haze.
Haze
Yo, that is a
10.
Optichromes are so clean, bro. Oh my goodness. They just hit different, honestly.
100%. Let me keep going here. You got a 10 Glimmer, or like the Frozen Princess
Mm-hmm.
from the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. This is a one that doesn't get talked about. This kind of
OG.
OG
OG. Yep.
Shadow
Shadow
Ops,
Ops.
which actually is kind of dope on card.
Her extra style is dope. That white the white outfit of that joint is fire.
And we got Caster. I don't know. He
Mm.
only gets 10s, I guess.
Yeah, no, he did. He
We got
did
Ruckus.
he did his job for sure. Looking through them cards.
Ruckus. Now, I hated Ruckus, but he
Hmm.
got so much attention in the comics.
He was
Um,
drawn very well.
yeah, he has some really cool fights with Batman. So
Yeah.
Ruckus is kind of an interesting card. And then this is a rare skin that no one ever really talks about, but it's like one of those exclusive. Was it
Hmm. Xbox.
Xbox? Yeah,
Hmm.
Dark Vertex. Then we got Oblivion. Jeez, like
Oblivion.
I'm scared to scroll. Like, how many more tens do you got? All right, there we go. All right, Natron has a few more because like they didn't fit the list. Optichrome,
Paradigm.
Paradigm. That's insane. Another
Bush
10. This
Ranger.
Bush Ranger does not get enough love. I like Bush
Not
Ranger
at
a lot.
all. Not at all.
Like,
Eventually, because it's man. I'm trying to hold off on conversation, but yeah, Bush Ranger is definitely a strong skin character.
ooh, and Panda Team Leader is one of my favorites. I love this card.
10.
Crazy, you got in a 10. That's amazing. Real quick, Renegade Raider 10. I did not. Um, I don't know who you're talking to, Nick Fox. But there has been a couple 10s, two
Yes.
SGC 10s,
And
and
3 total
there's
PSA.
3 total PSA 10s now. Out of I don't know, like over 150 cards graded combined. All right, Natron's got this pretty Vi card,
Hmm.
which looks
That's
like a 10.
yo, and what's crazy is I don't know if y'all know this. This is a very hard card to come by if you're a set collector for S3 lasers. Very hard card to come by. So great one for sure.
He said PSA is the only one. I mean, I graded the first one, Nick Fox, and then I sold it to Mount Rushmore, and then he sold it to Wayne, I think, and then I don't know where the other ones came from. But yeah, so there's 3 total. I do not have any. I have a SGC 9.5, which I guess
Yeah.
doesn't count. I doubt. I don't think there's a Beckett 9.5. I have not seen that. Let's keep going. Ooh, you like this one?
Oh
Got the
yeah,
Prisoner and Singularity.
and Singularity, cohesive. Love it. This is man. S2 man. S2
And then with North Bay, Brian's getting some more of these things after the
Brazil.
10 wasn't enough.
Brian, you gotta Brian, did you complete an international set of Ragnarok yet? You seem like you're pretty close if you didn't. Yo, I love this.
Yeah, the Aura Opichrome. I wish I still had mine. I'm kind of sad I didn't mean to get rid
Bunker
of it.
Jonesy.
The Bunker Jonesies, and then I love the 9.4 Fantastic Four number 24. I love this comic. First ever Fortnite cover for a
Yep.
comic, just so you guys know.
I need to see that Pilly and Bunker Jonesy combo, y'all. Whoever got the Pilly shard and then the Bunker Jonesy
Yo,
ice,
that's
I need to
sick.
see that
Yeah,
combo, bro. They both yellow
that's a
too.
dope. That's a dope combo.
You gotta see
And then
that
you
one.
gotta buy the original loading screen to go with it.
Yeah. Oh, dang, that's a combo right there.
Right, that's a
Little
combo.
mini
Peru
set.
Man got the Peely. Sure, it's like Italy, maybe Brazil. No,
I would
I'm not sure.
say I would go with Italy. I'm probably wrong. I'm losing it on that.
A USA Series 2 Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Crystal
that's
just had a
nice.
crazy sale recently. PSA 10.
King, what's going on? We got some more
What's up?
10s.
What's
Like the
up?
hollow 10s are just popping up. I think people are chasing hollows for sure. And King had a couple of cracked ice here. This is one we don't ever talk about. Kit.
Yeah.
He was popular for a minute, and I don't know so much
Mhm.
anymore. But for a minute, he was. Yo, Kari, let's see what you got here. When the set came out, I've always liked this yellow card.
No, it's a great pose. Great
Yeah,
pose.
I didn't even know the skin, but I always liked the
Mhm.
card. And of course, you've got Dominator there.
OG.
Oh, and you got a gift. Oh, I'm jealous.
Dang,
JL
man.
sent this. Nice. I want one of these in a 10.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. It's what I really like about it. It has that OG baseball look. You know, the OG like the vintage baseball cards. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that
I
about
like
this
that as a
one.
border, so like when you
Mhm.
put it into there, it doesn't look like it's running off. I like
Yeah.
that. Hopefully they put Blaze in this next set though, because
Oh
that's what I
yeah.
want.
Oh yeah.
The Western with these scans, this is crazy pretty.
Dang.
Jeez. Yeah, I know you're gonna be wearing this for Halloween,
Giddy
Western.
up.
Rice. All right, nice. So you
Yo,
got a ticket and is a cracked ice pack, I believe.
I think so.
Hopefully there's
I
cracked
like
ice
it.
in there.
I like it.
Ooh, now Gold Trooper is hard to grade even in base for
Mhm.
10s, just so you guys
Mhm.
know. I don't know why, but Gold Troopers in general are hard to grade. So this 10 in Italy is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got Black Knight,
Oh,
Peely,
got
and Gold
the
Trooper. Okay.
setup right there.
Ooh man, I'm liking this too. Get hype.
Yo, y'all
Got
went
a
crazy
10.
this week.
I know, man. We got
Calamity.
one of my favorites, Calamity, which I sold to Dan. I need that back at some point.
If he didn't move it, did he move it?
No, I don't think so. I think Dan likes that card.
Yeah, but
I don't think he's moving
listen,
it.
50-50.
A 0. Is this another one of these?
I think it's the same. I think it's this. No, I think it is another. I don't know. It might be the same one. It looks like
Or
the same
Friday, you
one.
posted it twice. Unless
Yeah,
you got
yeah, yeah.
two. If you got two, my hat's
That'll be
off to
dope.
you.
The
There you
visitor
go,
and
Rob.
crack shot. My goodness, that visitor, man. Oh yeah, yo, Colton, I forgot. Yeah, Dan he letting the calamities fly, bro.
Is he really?
Yeah.
God dang.
Yo, listen, he's emotionless, bro. He move it.
Rob and I are cooking something up, so I
Yeah.
can't buy anything. But we're cooking something up for you guys.
Yes, for sure.
Rob, let's see what fire you have here. You got
Oh man, fish stick,
fish
bro.
sticks.
Gotta have this one.
Maybe the most underrated card. Maybe.
Listen, for sure.
Rex, I love it.
It's some that can fight for that title though. It's about 5 of them, honestly.
And there's a bunch that could be most underrated, right? That's kind of like I mean, I'm not a fan of this skin, but a 10 is a 10 and the pink kind of hits.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like
Dan, no
backbone.
emotion. No emotion.
He said they moving. PC changes like underwear.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you, bro.
I hope that means it changes a lot. I hope that's what that means.
Right, I know, right? Then
Rice with some more shards. Did an easy trade. That's what I like to see.
Oh,
Warfighter got a Raven,
got
Italy.
some heat coming up there.
I know. Some more
I
Italy
like this.
cards
I
here.
like this lot right here.
I'm assuming hollow base, or those hollows. Little Snow Scar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
that
used to
pose,
have
bro.
I used to have so many focuses, but then there was a man that was in need, so I gave them all to him. And that man
Nah,
was
nah,
me.
nah. Yeah.
Oh man, I need to get a PSA 10 focus back at some point for sure. You got an Earhart. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tens are flowing for hollows, man.
Look at these lots. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm trying to look to see what season these are all from.
So I got
Y'all just picking up and going, man. Jeez.
so it
Hotel
is at
Turtle.
6. Yeah.
Okay, I love this one. I love this one. This one reminds me of my wife. Yeah, y'all. Are you going for all blue cards?
Man, don't say that because man, y'all, I have these set ideas and it's gonna just man. Trying to
All right, here we get into Dirty Dan. Man, y'all picked up a lot, guys. If you guys are not in the Discord, please get in. There's lots of people doing trades and sales, and we like to go through all y'all stuff and like live vicariously through you guys.
facts, Kari. That's a fact.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yo, first of all,
I
Iraqi fire card.
dude, I love the colors. Like when people start putting all the colors, I do that with my
Yep.
shelf in the back. I'll
Yeah.
switch it out and put like all one color up in there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Dirty Dan. Someone told you to change the pink out for the black. But I like the pink on pink. I don't know how they got the colors to match so well, but that's fire. And these are prototypes, so shout
Yeah.
out to those.
Bro, that CGC slide is not bad, honestly.
The CGC slab is all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's not
It's
bad.
not bad.
I
It's not
like
bad.
it.
I think the slab is nice and clear,
Mm-hmm.
and the label's not horrible. But it's so tall. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not horrible. It's just not. It's just not my perfect. I'm not gonna get into it. Everyone yell at me. You got Galaxy. For a 9.
Yo, man. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Galaxy. That's an underrated one, but we'll get to that.
Authentic Auto, Drew Hill, and I think Westrom is doing a thing in
Yeah.
the Facebook group where if
Mm-hmm.
he's breaking cards, and if you pay $5, Drew Hill will sign them.
Love it.
So it's some
Love
kind of
it.
like fun little thing for you guys. So if you guys want to check out the Facebook group for where Westrom does his breaks, I don't know if he does it anywhere else. Yo, Black Ash posted. Let me see what he got here. Some Italy, most definitely, I believe.
Oh.
No, is that USA? That could be USA,
I think that's
right?
you. I think that's you. It looks that's USA.
Maybe it's just the lighting that makes it look Italy.
There you go.
Because if this
Yeah.
USA, fire, fire, fire,
All
fire,
fire.
fire,
All
fire,
fire.
fire, fire, fire.
Yo.
I want.
He's getting ready for the global championship. That's what he's doing.
And then JL posted some Ravens here. Is this the Italy, Brazil, and USA, JL? It's got to be.
Yo, is JL crazy. Yo, that Raven card is nuts. Italy?
Yo,
Okay.
I
Bet.
called it. It was Italy. Let's go.
I couldn't tell on that one, honestly.
I could kind of tell. I think
Yo,
this one gave away.
Italy's S2 cracked ice looks really good, bro. It really does. It really does. I like it a lot.
I can still tell pretty closely, but no, it does look pretty good. I mean, I think all the country ones are good. They're just different. They're all good, just different.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, now I think that was the heaviest recent pickups that we had since we've had the Discord for sure. That
Yeah,
was a,
that was a bunch. I'm over here sick. You guys got me walking
yeah.
through all those.
It might look even crazier next week now that news dropped, man. I don't know. It's just the news is stacking up. I can't wait. Excited.
All right, so I'm gonna let Rob do the honors for this
All
top
right.
50 list, man.
Yeah. So first, we're gonna do this the right way. We're a live show, so we was like, we could do videos, but we're gonna do it the THG way. So we got the video. Y'all get to see the whole top 50, and then we can break down any cards you have questions on. We got everything that we went through, and we'll break down exactly how we got to this point. So y'all get to enjoy it first, and if you are I'm not about to butcher this. It's flashing lights, y'all. So y'all know that whatever that is, what is it?
If you're epileptic,
Yeah, I'll let you butcher
so
it. There you go.
yeah, there you go. So Rob did a lot of fancy stuff. So like
Yeah, yeah,
bright lights and flashing stuff. Like, does anything for you?
yeah.
Do they
Just
need it? Do they need wait
count
like
to
30
30.
seconds?
Count to 30, and then you'll be good. It's not 30 seconds, but just that's the
Oh,
safe. That's
okay.
the safe
Are we
bet.
putting this on Instagram too, or
We can. Yeah, no, it's not live on Instagram right
live?
now
Okay, then don't worry
because
about
it
it.
was
Sorry,
too annoying
Instagram.
trying to cancel it. So it is what it is.
Oh, okay, I got
But
you. I got you.
yeah. All right.
Damn near
And
almost had another lawsuit on his hands. All right, we're gonna get ready. I haven't seen this yet, so Rob put
yeah.
it together, so I'm
Yeah.
interested to see.
I just finished last night. So yeah. All right, yo. there it is.
I-
The top 50 list. After months of making it, we know it's going to be some interesting ones. I seen JT's in there. There's a couple in there. But we'll get into it. So let me just do this real quick.
Do we want them just to throw up like their
Yeah,
questions on it?
yeah. I can
So if
throw
you
up
guys
whatever
got
y'all
any,
want.
how about we do that? Like y'all throw up whichever questions have about whatever skin. I don't know
Yeah,
if y'all want us to go through every single one. But Get Hype said, the list felt pretty solid to me.
yeah.
There's some that I know a lot of people like to see higher. I think JT said, excuse me, Links.
Links was a tough
Um,
one. Links was a tough
yeah,
one.
Links was a tough one.
Links was a tough one.
And like some
Uh,
we had to break it down to like even like the nines and things like that, and like what are they selling for versus some of the series one shards and stuff like that. So it's very difficult list.
yeah.
And I'm sure there's some we did not that did not make the list, and we want to iterate like that like the last 50, the last 10 of the 50
Yeah,
is
yeah,
hard, dude. It's like
yeah.
there's so many skins that can kind of make it into there.
Mm-hmm.
So getting those in there was really hard. And Rob was adamant with like Ultimate Night here is like the consistency of sales
Mm-hmm.
for him.
Mm-hmm.
So we took in a lot of different aspects from the hobby.
So also, I'm glad you said that, Dylan. So like things that we took into consideration this time was now what was different this year, and the reason why the list looks so different is because you could consider it more this time instead of for like firms like okay like usage is the top tier one or anything like that. It wasn't the case. What it was is that we used sliders. So me and Dylan went through what we felt should be in the top 50, and then after that, that's when we started factoring in sales history. That's when we started factoring in the high sales, and then gem rates. So gem rates, as you can see, whatever card we talk about, we'll have it on here for you. So for instance, on Leviathan, Leviathan. So if you look in game usage wise, okay, he doesn't really have usage on that aspect. He's not that strong on like wish lists and likes. Where we really wanted to give Leviathan credit for it is aesthetically. So that's why we wanted to make sure that we incorporated the hobby love as well. Like we wasn't going to let it switch what THG felt, but we do know that Leviathan in the heights and in the lows, he sells very well. So that's one of those things that we really wanted to factor in. Even on this end, as you can see, sales history, this his numbers is low, but aesthetically we know that anytime Leviathan pops up he does sell. So that was one of those ones that really stuck out. But if we go deep into this, we have a lot to put in there. So if y'all don't have specific ones to talk about, um we definitely have some ones that we want to point out. But I'll go to what Dylan did say on specifically Ultimate Night. So Autumn Knight's not my favorite skin. Dylan is not a big fan of him at all. He's not my favorite skin. But one thing I could not deny, and that me and Dylan would really have to think about is now you can see in game, he doesn't really hit any of the metrics, right? So if we just went off of game usage, if we went off of how much his wish list is and things like that, he probably wouldn't have made the list. But the fact that he has 53 graded, because to Dylan's point, he was the hobby favorite for a while. That didn't stay that way. But 12 out of 53, 23% for S2. And then this is the key factor right here. So, 53,000 in total sales on an average of 133, average sold price of 133. High sale was 2,900. I think those things really show strong. And it shows that if you do have a card like that, that you can kind of move it within the system. So we're showing you what we feel about the game, and we're also showing the side of what we feel about the market and how it moves through the market and how it's beloved if it kind of gets overlooked. And it's a whole mix of those things. So you'll see a lot of different examples like that.
Yeah, Richard. I think it's better last year, but you guys have to remember that last year we did not have near the amount of information we have this year.
Yeah.
So like print runs and gem rates went into effect this year because we've had so much time to grade stuff. Last year, Series 3 had just come out.
Yep.
We thought Midas was going to be much less printed. We didn't think it was going to be where they are today. But with all that said, all the research we did and the conversations we had, I think it really worked to create a better list.
Yeah. So, and also, like Richard said, Richard said the list last year was better, which I actually don't agree with that at all, but that's okay. I respect that. But if you look at the things that we put into each, like I'll speak for myself here. I went through every possible aspect to look through this list. And if you've seen me and Dylan conversation, we really went through it tooth and nail. It was some that we really had to figure out where it was placed. Obviously, one I want to talk about is this is the what was the interesting one for us, honestly, which was where is it at? So Bright Bomber versus Ghoul Trooper. So Bright Bomber versus Ghoul Trooper was tough because Bright Bomber blows. I mean, she loses the Ghoul Trooper pretty much in in every category possible. But we do know
Represents.
what she represents to the game, and that's when THG did have to step in. It's not a big difference, obviously, as you can see. Ghoul Trooper is right there with Bright Bomber, and but Ghoul Trooper is such a strong car. Honestly, this I mean, look at this. Just peep this, y'all, right? Okay, so you have Ghoul Trooper at 1.9 million usage, right? That's number 29. You have 36,000 likes, 46,000 wish lists. And then on top of this, right, when you go to obviously she's 41%. That's kind of average for a highly graded Series 1 Crystal Shard. But when you come to how often a Ghoul Trooper pops up and it never makes it rarely makes it to eBay. Some have been making it to eBay recently, but me personally, I know a lot of Ghoul Troopers that has been transacted in the back, and Ghoul Trooper is just a strong card. She sold for 3.5 multiple times, and PSA 9 sales were insane through the roof. So yeah, that's one I definitely wanted to highlight.
Some of the cards are lucky to make it because like we were trying to really like give you guys like a lot of data too, and
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to take the card hobby into account.
Yeah.
And some cards almost didn't make the list because there's just not enough sales data out there.
Yeah.
Regardless how like if we just made a list of our favorite skins, that would do no one any good.
Mm-hmm.
So Panda Team Leader has sales and gem rates
Yeah.
and all those things, whereas
Yeah.
Zadie, who knows, she could be better than Aura for like gem rate. Like gem Aura has a huge gem rate, right?
Yeah.
We
Yep.
don't know what
So it
Zadie's
does.
is yet, but she's also a yellow card, so it's hard to replace her.
Yep.
We're not trying to say we don't know that she's
So
a chase card or that she's popular or anything like that. It's just like there's very few actual market details on her. So I think the fact that she made the list um already speaks to those points.
well, yeah, but to Richard's Dylan touched on it, but to Richard, when you say Panda Team Leader versus Tigress, respectfully, Tigress has just
Zadie. He's a Pan Team Leader versus Zadie.
no. He said Panda Team Leader
Have it on the
instead of
screen.
Tigress. No, I'm looking at this one.
Oh my bad. I had
Yeah,
made
yeah,
two
yeah,
different
yeah.
ones.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He just doesn't
Yes,
like Panda. He just doesn't like
yeah.
Panda Team Leader.
So Panda Team Leader instead of for Tigress, Panda Team Leader, like Tigress has hasn't had those sales publicly just yet. And if we don't factor that in, then we are just putting in what we feel should be. And we've already done that. We've done that list. And to be honest, when we put Tigress on there last year, the opinions was the same. So we put Tigress on the list last year. It was a problem because she was on the list. But I get what you're saying, but we're trying to make sure that the evidence is there. And just at this moment, Tigress did have a couple cells, but the consistency is what we were looking for.
And this is the real reason that she made it so high on the list because pandas are cute, like JT said. So
No, yeah,
that's
but
that's why
and
that took all the points.
and then on the Zadie end, like Dylan was saying, so the thing is with Zadie, I know that's a major PC card for me. Zadie knocks it out the park on the game side. 2.7 million usage, number 14 overall, all time, 10.8 likes, 14K wish list. Uh, this is the thing right here though. Zadie's cracked ice is 8 for 12, 67%, right? So, if you pull a Zadie, you have a high chance of getting a 10. And this has jumped over the past 3 months. I gemmed the second Zadie, I believe. I think my Zadie was the second gem. So I've followed this one pretty closely. But obviously total item sales 1355. It just needs time. I know Zadie's gonna jump. Trust me. I'm without trying to pump a card that I have. I know what Zadie means to the game. I know she's gonna have
Zadie's
that
trash.
jump.
Don't buy Zadie and keep her
Yeah,
low.
right, exactly. But
A
yeah.
67% gem rate is one of the highest on the whole top 50 list.
Mm-hmm.
I think the average was less than 40%. We didn't do an actual average, but like a lot of them were
Mm-hmm.
much smaller. Some were
Yeah.
like the 13% gym rates. So that
Yeah.
came to account. Um, do we do an honorable mention? We did that
Oh,
last time. But we did 50 cards, right? So like
it is some.
it,
I'm not gonna lie. It is some in there that
there's some
we can do
honorable
that.
mentions,
We can
but
do that.
like how many though? I feel like we have a good amount of honorable mentions. It's
Yeah.
like that said
I.
that last 10 and that top 50,
Yeah.
it's pretty close on a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say that we definitely have at least 5 to 10 honorable mentions. Uh, Another
that you
one,
know
Jake.
what, Car's
What?
right. That would be great for a premium subscriber video.
Yeah.
We'll work on that, Kari. That's true.
Then this is another one. JT. Now JT, honestly, I'm not gonna lie
Oof.
I'm not gonna lie. This was a tough one.
This was this
I
was this
If
was
y'all
the
watch,
toughest. This might have been the
yeah,
toughest one.
it was. It was. If This was one of the ones that me and Dylan had to kind of level our head because of the way we both feel about links. So we kind of wanted to balance it out. But to JT's point, so just look at these numbers, y'all, and y'all can judge this for yourself. So this is links in game. Links is 562K usage, 86
Or a
over
battle pass skin
yeah, for a battle pass skin. Hasn't
from
came back out since
chapter one.
December 6th, 2018.
Yeah.
Right? 12K, well, you might as well say 13 if you round it, 13K likes, and then wish list 25, right? That's all cool. We know Lynx is a popular skin. She has the storyline. She has all of that going for her. This is where it gets interesting. Lynx is strong in sales, but look at 4 out of 35 for 11%.
Yeah, 11%
Lynx,
gem rate is crazy.
if this,
She is the I think she is one of three lowest gem rates on our list.
yeah, yeah,
Something like that.
easily, very, very close. And
Ice Queen, no, Ice Queen's not on there. Ice King,
mm,
mm,
she
Ice King
she
was
might be
13%, I think.
he
Did
might have
anybody
been a
have
little bit higher than that, but it might be some
ignoring Renegade Raider, of course, because that's
yeah, yeah.
um
This
yeah,
Lynx is
she's pretty low.
definitely gonna listen. Lynx is definitely gonna move up if this stays this way, just based off of how me and Dylan had to like level our head on this because we like Lynx a lot. But it's no reason that how hard she is to grade that this won't. We'll see some crazy sales this year. I'm pretty sure of it. We've already seen that she sold for I think 1K recently. It should be interesting.
Enforcer was not snubbed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
Um
another, you got another one you want to talk about?
I was just gonna mention how not many Series 3, I think only Midas made it to the list.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
really just print runs and gem rates, guys. I mean, it's a top 50 list, and these cards are much more rare. That's not including Midas, and Rob's gonna go over all of Midas's stats. Not that you guys
Yeah,
need convincing,
no.
but he's the only Series 3 to make the list.
So Midas, me and Dylan struggle with this because we knew more than likely Midas will make it. Originally, if y'all do want to know something, originally we did have him at 50, and neither one of us could sit with that. If you look at this, so for context, y'all, if you're new to what we're talking about, if you're new to how THG breaks down cards, um, he has broken the million usage right here. You see that he hit 1,045,000 overall for a battle pass and a male skin. Those two factors. One of the most important storyline characters, 34,000, 35,000 wish list, and then 41,000 likes. That is absolute crazy numbers. But here's where it gets interesting. The reason why he's the exception and not the rule with having two cards on his list is because I know me and Dylan go back and forth with this in a playing way. I don't know what his top card is. I can't just put the cracked ice in there because I do think performance wise is going to be interesting on the laser side. We haven't seen a laser 10 auction or anything like that just yet. But I think we just had to
I
put
would
both of them
just
on
if
here.
you just look
Just
at like his
yeah,
sales for his cracked ice, he
yeah,
beats a lot of the other
yeah,
players, even in the top 50, that whole
yeah,
top 10. Like he sells for more than like Ultimate Night Currency sell for.
yeah,
So it's like it's hard not to put the shard in there as well. So
yeah.
really, it's like we're not trying to say like which parallel to buy, but this
Hmm.
is the best
Oh,
card in the
yes.
top 50 in our opinion.
Oh,
Um,
and this is one thing I did want to point out. Obviously, when Midas first released, his sales went insane. But for a Series 3 card, obviously there's more available. But either way, 84,000 in total item sales. That is great to see for Series 3. Just seeing that they really are selling, they're consistently going in and out. Obviously a lot cheaper and a lot more available than S1 and S2. But just the fact that Midas is trajecting to hit 100,000 in sales this year, just based off of his cards, is kind of crazy to see.
Yeah, the liquidity of that card is kind of crazy.
Yeah. You can. I mean, it stays consistent. Famous asked about Singularity. Famous, Singularity is a PC card of mine, but I can truthfully say that she's not even in the honorable mentions at this time. Unfortunately, Donald Mustard didn't get to play her out the way he wanted to. It doesn't mean that she's not an important card. It doesn't mean that she's not a great character, because she is. We just it's hard to place that exactly, especially when Paradigm and Singularity was separated. We had to give the nod to Paradigm.
Galaxy was on the list,
Yeah,
like near
yeah,
the late middle, something like that,
yep.
like 30 something. Um, I mean, Galaxy is a great card, great sales. I think
So,
one of the only things holding him back is how many there are of him, and it keeps climbing. But besides that, I mean, it's a great card.
what which to be honest is, so it's 150 total. So yeah, I've been using gym rate, not to give too much shout out before something happens, but I have to, because the information that they have on here was insane. I found it too late, but they have one where you can see PSA, BGS, SGC all together, right? So total right now, Galaxy is at 150 total, but he does have 34 PSA 10s. Here's the thing though, you see, obviously we know Galaxy is the most popular promo card, but this is the thing. So he's 17.2, not high on usage, but 18, 19 likes, and then 26 wish lists.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of those things.
26,000 wishes.
26,000, my bad. 26, yeah, 26,000. 26,000 wish list is insane numbers, especially for a skin that was available for such a short amount of time, and it was exclusive. It was the first promo skin, and it's the major promo card. So I just think that Galaxy deserves that because he is an iconic skin in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of skins that are like promos that were done with like Xbox or with the Switch or with phones. But
Yep.
Galaxy was really one. Um, I mean, there's a couple others, but Galaxy Card Form is like he's one that people know the name of. He's the one
Yeah.
that like literally is like legendary for that. There's like some that are in the set that people don't even know
Hmm.
was a promo skin.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, he's good on the top 50 list.
And to get hype, JT get hype. And Funk, they're talking about the Midas laser. I'll be honest. I do feel that way as well. I feel that Midas laser is the top card between that and the cracked ice. I That's just the hill I'm willing to die on. It's so that's why, for comfort wise, we had to put both pictures up there. Because I know Dylan is on the cracked ice, represents it, and I agree with that. But I think the laser and what comes with it, and the off centering and all of those type of things, I do think eventually that might flip.
I mean, it'll be interesting, especially as we get to like the PSA 10s are going to
Hmm.
outsell. But then, like, what about? I could see like where if it's not a PSA 10 laser, then like the value
Yeah,
drops. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just because the demand for ice is so high. So that's kind of a market thing. We're not trying to tell you what parallel to buy
right.
in this
This is
top
just
50
what it
list.
is. Hmm.
So it's like whatever the best card is, this is where they place on the list.
Yeah, for sure. And Rex fell to 32. Well, not fell, but he ended up at 32. Uh that was one Dylan was really strong on. So I'll let you take that one. And I'll pull that up right here.
Um, So I mean, he's a pretty OG skin, and like this is one of those ones where it's kind of like a mean skin, but they sprinkle in his costume throughout all of the different like animations stuff like that. There was the what was that game called? I'm blanking. They had a Epic Games create their own game. There's and what it's called. Do you remember where they went to go
What
find impersonating one? You guys know.
Oh, imposters.
Imposters. So
Yeah.
like even there, you could see his cloak inside the freaking
Yeah.
thing. It was kind of like a, hey, this is Jonesy, right? So this is like one of those Jonesy skins, like where like they made it like emphasis that this is Jonesy. He wore this.
Hmm.
He puts this on to go in the map. Besides that, is I mean, it's a great looking card.
Yeah.
Something that nostalgic from chapter one that you used to see all the time.
Right.
So it also
And
sells pretty well.
yeah, he has a high gem rate. I'm not a high gem rate. He has a 62% gem rate, which is fairly high. But we know what Rex represents to the game, and that's why this is THG list. One thing we weren't going to do was box ourselves in to what we did last year. We wanted to go a different direction, but we tried to kind of, take the hobby approach. This time, this is THG list, but we're just explaining exactly why these cards made it, pretty much.
Yeah, a Midas Ice 10 only goes for 300. I hear you, but then if you look at some of these other ones, it's kind of like potatoes potatoes, you know. And he
Yeah,
made the list, and I mean he outsells some of these other cards, even like
yeah.
raw. So
Yeah, no, no, Midas. Yeah, I'm definitely with JT on that. The Midas laser is that's the Midas card, in my opinion. But I think that they, like, to Dylan's point, is balanced. You know what I mean? You kind of have both sides there. You have the what the hobby knows, which is the cracked ice, and then you kind of have the secret. Almost, it feels like a secret when it comes to the laser. But yeah, and another one that I wanted to talk about is let me see. I think it was, so Raven's a very interesting one because obviously we see the hobby loves Raven, but Raven is so strong. He's so strong. 20K wish list, 18K likes, and then on this side, this is where it just gets strong. There's only 8 PSA 10s of Raven, and Raven is a very sought after card. 13,000 total item sales. And yeah, don't take the sales aspect too strong because it updates daily. Like, it's not like these cards don't sell consistently. His highest sell was 2,700, but I do have to preference, this is February 3rd, 2021. So there were higher sales before this. We all can remember that. So I do want to preference that this is February 3rd, 2021 sales to February 3rd, 2024. There's some major sales that's missing out of that first major year, and we can't discount that. So, and I think if you've been here, you know that. But for the ones that's new, that's kind of the synopsis that we have for the time frames that Terra Peak has allowed us to see.
yeah, I don't think Proto is gonna make the list,
Nah,
unfortunately,
yeah.
Richard. But I
Pro
appreciate it.
Proto might be like 600th place right now, but he's a cult classic.
The last thing on Midas I'll say is I think Midas has a higher fan base than Galaxy, and Galaxy and him have similar print runs for shards so far. Um, that's another way to look at it
Mm-mm.
for the shard.
Well, nah, I mean, Galaxy is 150 across the board.
Yeah, I'm saying
Um,
similar. And then if you look at like how much fans there are of Midas,
yeah,
or then
and
then you want to take into account that Galaxy's at 37 and Midas is at, what do we put him at, 40,
use that. Midas was at
48, 47, something like that.
46. Midas is at 46.
I was particularly answering JL's question. He says he doesn't like how many of Midas there are. It's just I think Midas is a strong enough character in game fit for it to warrant that. So with that
Yeah,
said, I don't think there's too many of his ice out there, in my opinion.
yeah,
But that's definitely
yeah.
grow as the hobby grows.
Now, if I had to really open it up, I do feel like next year, hopefully there are some Midas cells, consistent Midas cells with ice and laser. Because I'll say this, obviously we've seen where Renegade fell. Renegade Raider fell to, I'm not fell, where she landed was 28, right?
Hmm.
If the Midas laser keeps doing what I think it's gonna do, there will be a separation between cracked ice and laser. If we get the cells, though, we don't have that yet, but it would have to be, because I think that the Midas laser deserves the way that, how we have the respect for how Renegade Raider is being graded and how hard it is to gym. I think he deserves the same respect. Maybe not as the highest level, because Renegade Raider is through the roof with percent wise. She's under 2%. Like, it's insane. But but yeah, I think as time goes on, I'll be very interested next year. They'll definitely have to be separated. Um,
Yeah, no, I agree. And if you want to get into it, we have like proto cards and stuff like that. There's so many cards where there's like small nuances, right? And so like if we're just talking about the laser itself, that's like one of those like it's so hard to grade that it's different than just a shard. I get that. So the PSA 10 laser, it demands a little bit more attention for all
yeah,
those factors.
yeah, and I agree for sure. And so Renegade, this was crazy. So I just want y'all to see these numbers. Me and Dylan already know these numbers, but let's just look at this real quick, right? Yo, this is Renegade Raider's numbers. Renegade Raider is she doesn't get the uses because she's that scarce. She's not rare, she's scarce. 96,000 likes, 76,000 wish list. There is very few cards that can give a nod that way. It's if any, it's nothing that's doing numbers like that. And then for the people that don't know what's going on with Renegade Raider, I updated this. I didn't get to get the SGC one because I just updated this probably like 10 minutes before we got on. But Renegade Raider did get another 10 with PSA. We talked about it earlier. And then she has 2 at SGC. Still ridiculous numbers. Is kind of undeniable. Now, for me, I'll speak for myself on this side. The hard part for me with Renegade Raider, I said it in exclusive members content. The hard part for me was like, okay, do people really want her, or is it what's happening, right? I can truthfully say I've paid attention, and people want her. People want her. People are buying Renegade. They're buying the nines. They're buying the 9.5s. They're buying the lower grades. She's consistent. She's been consistent this year, and depending on what happens this year, it could be different as well.
Yeah, the only thing in my mind was like if the print run for Reloaded severely outpaced how many people were in the hobby. That
Yeah.
was really the only concern.
Hmm.
But like at like a 3%, 3% gem rate,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's like all the real collectors are gonna want a 10. You know, and I don't mean to say
Yeah.
real collectors, but all the serious collectors of Renegade Raider are gonna want the 10.
Right.
Um, so I'm not too worried about that, especially now that we know we're getting more cards. So
And I'll leave that. Okay, yeah. So there's actually an honorable mention connected with that one, but yeah, we'll save that. But
you have an
yeah,
honorable
it
mention. You want to give them one? I want to hear your
yeah,
honorable.
I'll give them one because um
Mm-hmm.
me, me, when we're talking about Reloaded, it's not about this card making the top 50 list or anything like that. Uh, if we're diving into Reloaded the way we are, Meowscles, we talked about it before, but Meowscles, he is a major card in every way. Don't know how that's going to play out, don't know the value, none of that. I'm just saying that his numbers is up there with the best of them, with the Midases, with the Pillies. uh he is a beloved skin for sure.
Is it over Peely?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
over. Yeah, it's over Pilly on the. So just to give the numbers, because he didn't make the list, so I didn't do the breakdown for that, but I do have it right here. I think Meowscles and Pilly split somewhere. I can't remember where they split, but so Meowscles is 30 with 31,000 wish list, 48,000 likes, right? 48,000 likes, and then Pilly is Pilly is 32,000 wish list, 44,000 likes. So they're very close. Meowscles is very strong on that side. It's just that he doesn't have a major card, quote major card, because Reloaded is a great set. I'm just saying, as in opportunities, it's definitely there.
Yeah, Meowscles is definitely something we expect to see in any kind of
Yeah.
show, even in the next comics and stuff like that. Um, Especially with like the connection, like JT likes Links a lot. Like she has a connection with Links and all these different
Hmm.
things. So
Yeah.
Meowscles is definitely it. Like if I had to pick another Reloaded card
It
for
would
like another
be.
radio, it's Meowscles.
Yeah, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a list for all of the sets. Not 50, obviously, more like
Yeah.
10. But this was grueling to say the least, in a fun way. But Meowscles, without a doubt, is definitely second on there. I mean, some people are gonna debate on a Midas rookie card side. That's gonna be a strong debate. That's gonna feel like that Jordan debate down the road. But
Hmm.
it's gonna be interesting. But I do think Meowscles deserves that second spot in Reloaded. But there's some other ones in there that I would have to look through the whole thing, but he's pretty strong.
Yeah, there's a couple in there, but yeah, I don't think anything's beating Meowscles.
Yeah.
Maybe Jonesy.
Yeah, maybe Jonesy.
You know, that's probably the only other one. beats him.
Now this one is an example of numbers and aesthetic. Ragnarok Ragnarok is an amazing looking card, and this is, I think we can all agree that some of these cards on this list definitely comes down to aesthetic as well, and that's something that we have to talk about when it comes to the hobby side. And some other cards in here we definitely have to talk about. Matter of fact, I want to switch it real quick to Catalyst. So if y'all are confused about why we possibly chose Catalyst, we're gonna give a little breakdown right here. Now, I'll go here first. She has more total item sales than I thought she would, honestly. Um, but she is very slept on, in my opinion. I'm not saying that you should buy her. This is not investment advice. She has 4 out of 28, 14% gem rate, right? This is Catalyst numbers. Catalyst is 150. So 150 overall. That's very high. Like being over being over 300K is crazy within itself. But 19K, being a part of Fox Clan with 19 likes, 19K wish list, that is, and then 19K likes, being a part of Fox Clan, that's major. Just like Series 3 Vi, that's something that y'all should pay attention to. Just based off the numbers. We're not talking about the cards. Anytime I say pay attention, I know a lot of people may not reference the game. So that's what I'm talking about. Just pay attention to the way it develops in the game. Vi has some insane numbers as well. We just talked about that. When we do our series 3 list, that could possibly be something that's in the conversation.
AIM did. He was
Yeah.
there was a conversation about AIM.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased to him too because I've always liked that skin.
Mm-hmm.
And we had him on the list for a little bit in like the very like end.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it came down to it, there were a couple of cards that just deserved the spot a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, doesn't mean like he doesn't make it with the best of those in that last 10. Like he's
Yeah.
like one of those skins. He's just like, we had to drop one.
Yeah.
It's gotta be AIM.
Now, yeah, and it's so for AIM, the hard part is it's the same reason why Visitor and Paradigm got a knock, because technically, I mean, when you look at Paradigm, right? Paradigm doesn't have those type of numbers because she's mainly a storyline skin, but she's 3 out of 24 for 13%. So if
Yeah.
you want a Paradigm PSA 10, it's not going to be the easiest to obtain. 350 high sell on that. And then on top of that, though, the thing is with Paradigm is that that door is closed on the Donald Mustard side. Until we know for sure that they're going to be in there, the 7 is going to be a part of it. It's kind of hard to jump that one. And the same thing with Visitor. Visitor is this low for the same exact reason. He also doesn't have the numbers on that side, but he's also 64% on the gem rate. So, Richard, to your question, on my end, what I feel is AIM was about to have his story developed. Dylan thinks it's a female. I think it's a male. Uh, it is what it is. It doesn't matter.
I mean, it's an AI.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah. It's a
doesn't.
It's a robot, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a robot.
it's a
So
robot, but
so so
I
AIM's
think the
yeah.
voice was a female from what I remember.
I don't know. Might just didn't have a lot of bass in his voice.
Yeah,
Kind of make it a little
it's probably
yeah,
true.
yeah, but to the point though, AIM's story was about to happen. It just didn't happen. Like we had a small moment. It was about to
Yeah.
develop, and then the doors got shut on that. So, Richard, to your point, we love that card and we love that skin, but unfortunately, that's just the reason why it kind of dropped out.
Now the 7 could still go crazy. We don't know what they're gonna
Yeah,
do. Maybe they bring them back and all that kinds of stuff. But who knows?
yeah.
Um,
Uh, Daniel
what
said, "What's it?" I'm not gonna pick the obvious, so I'm gonna pick a different one. I'm gonna pick a fun one. Let's see.
what's your
So
favorite from the list?
yeah, I'm gonna pick a different one than which I know to be.
So
I got mine. Go ahead first, though, bro.
okay, so I can't pick Gold Tree, but I can't pick Aura, right?
Yeah, pick a unique one.
Okay. My favorite from, I mean, you guys know everything I like. All right. Well, you have to go first. I'm going to.
All right. So the first one I have to go with. I have to go with Ice King. The reason why I say this is my favorite, y'all know I've been talking. This this card and skin has grown on me so much. And we definitely missed him last year, for sure. But 19 20K wish list, 18 K likes, and then on this side, this is just the beauty of it. 52 grade already, 18 at 35%. uh 43,000 in total sales, 2,000 high for a high. I mean, Ice King is a card, man. And this is me, like Daniel asked what's our favorite, and this is probably one of my favorites at this time. I have a couple on here though, honestly, Daniel. While Dylan is doing that, I'll even go with, so if y'all look back on my Instagram, I've been a Ruby fan for a while. I did sell it to a collector that actually heavily like Ruby was his number one skin. So I had to look out because I would want somebody to do that for me. Um, but Ruby is interesting because she doesn't have a lot of cards graded yet. 1 for 6 at 17%. But this is when like the THG side comes in. We know that Ruby numbers are so strong, and she's a fan favorite. Like even outside of the game, all the drawings and all the fan art that happens, we know that she has a strong following. 18K likes, and then 17K wish list. Very strong card, and it was one of those ones where we could have justified, probably, Dylan, could we not have justified 10 to 12 series one crystal shards that could have been there instead of her? But we
Yeah.
really wanted to put our, this is one that had to go on the gaming side. But not only that, the hobby has adapted Ruby. We've seen how people have been grading her, especially on the Optichrome side, and then she just had a major sell. I think it was 1,200 for a PSA 10 cracked ice. So that was one of my favorites as well.
So, to answer his question, for my favorite from the list, I'm not gonna go. And you guys know I like Hush, I like Aura, I like Gold Trooper. So I'm gonna have to say my favorite from the list is Fish Sticks, and I think
Oh, I like that.
I'm glad Fish Sticks is in the top 10, and I think Fish Sticks has a bright future. To be honest.
Yeah. Uh no, I like that a lot. So if y'all don't, obviously the exclusive members got to hear it. They, if y'all don't know, they heard everything. Like besides the small conversation we had yesterday, they heard every single thing when it came to the breakdown. So they know that we really went into detail with this. But me and Dylan really were struggling where to put fish stick because it's hard. Like we know what fish stick represents. For instance, if you haven't looked at things like this is fish stick numbers. Now, this is the crazy thing. I'm glad Dylan brought this up. Fish stick is 92 all time on usage. A meme skin, bro. A meme skin. 523K, 92 overall, 23K wish list, 35K likes. And then you go here, obviously on the side, he's kind of averaging that 40 to 46% range on the Crystal Shower side. And also, I know we're talking about USA, but if y'all notice the way I screenshotted these, I am showing y'all Italy and Brazil as well, because those numbers are insane. So if you're an Italy or Brazil collector, you get to see these numbers as well when you watch the playback, when we highlight skins and cards like that. You get to see how these numbers are. Total sales 15,000, 4,000 all-time high. I mean, that is great things. Diving into this data and these analytics was extremely fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was stressful in some points, but it was fun.
Now, having him at number 5, I feel like Fish Sticks is one of the ones that can eventually go back up to there. I think it's going to take more market research. It was really tough where to put them, but I think where he is pretty. I think he's pretty good where he is. It's,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
look at the sales and you look, like he said, the gym rate and stuff like that, it's
the only hard part for me on fish stick, and to Dylan's point, I think next year this may look a little different. To JT's point, fish stick has storyline as well, so he really knocks everything out the
I mean,
park, which is,
technically he's dead, but
yeah, and that's, I
I'm
mean
just
that,
joking. Yeah, I'm just
yeah,
joking. But
is
who knows what they do with Disney, right? So it's he definitely. If you want to like speculate, Fish Sticks definitely has a lot of
because
potential.
say what I really wanted to highlight on this one, because this is really crazy. I like, if you look at the skins that's in the top 100 for usage, the fact that fish stick is in there and is convincingly in there, plus the wish list, plus the likes, plus the storyline, plus the rarity of his card. Even if the gem rate is at what was the gem rate at again? Even if
40
the
ish.
42%, that's still only 10 PSA 10s. And obviously you possibly have some at BGS and SGC as well. I know for sure it's 2 SGC at least. Those are is great to see.
Yeah, Fish Sticks is definitely an interesting pick. I can't wait for us to do this list again
Yeah.
to see where
Yeah.
things move. I will be uploading the full list to FortniteCards.com.
Yes.
The other list will still be there as a PDF, so you can compare and contrast. But I
Hmm.
will be updating this list as soon as I can when I'm not sick.
So yeah, Daniel, honestly, that's the thing. Let us know private sales. We'll now, like, if they're confirmed and they're done, we'll announce them on when we're doing lives as well. We like those things. As I said, I love knowing auction prices, but if there has been crazy private sales, we love to know those as well. With that being said, we can't go without saying this one. So this was a very interesting one. I seen Colton's comment. And I think I even talked to a couple exclusive members about this one. They were kind of split between, if y'all don't know, me and Dylan had to have
I
a
was split,
crazy, yeah, we had a crazy
but
conversation. We won't
I'm
say where we had
biased.
them ranked. Yeah, yeah. It
So,
was this was a very interesting one because we both feel strongly about the pump. The thing is that the
well,
pump, in my opinion, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll speak it for you. So, like, what happened if you watch the exclusive stuff? I tried to put them up higher, and then Rob hit me back with some facts. Right? It's like, well, there hasn't been an auction for it, and all this
Yeah,
kinds of
yeah,
stuff. It's like we all know what it is, and it's also a weapon shard versus like a character, and he was right. We haven't really seen auction. Funny enough, as soon as we made the list, like an auction popped up, and it was going
yeah.
crazy. And we're like,
Mhm.
well, but then it didn't get paid for.
Yeah.
So with all those different things, and a lot of those top 10 haven't had an actual or an actual auction
Right.
in a long time, right?
Mhm.
So you can't just jump ahead of those. It's not like there's a Skull Trooper in the auction right now,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
so it's really hard to do those. Um, for now, we put him where he's at, just above the top 10. But that's definitely a card that the market will tell us within a year. Like, do people want
Yeah.
this? Or what are they going to pay for it?
And
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
I
And
mean, I
we're
tell you,
confident.
for
We know.
me, I love the card, right? And
Yeah.
so, like, it's something I want in my PC. If I was listing out my top 10, it would
Mhm.
probably be in my top 10. But
Yeah.
like Rob has like eloquently said, with all the different data and the data
Mhm.
points and everything, that's where it's at.
Yeah, personal wise, me and Dylan, we hold that one pretty high. I mean, it's the original art of the pump. It's on gold. You really can't beat that aspect of it. And then obviously you see here, it did jump a lot. It's 9 out of 13, 69%. But at the same time, it's only 13. It's 13 of them, so, and it's not like obviously the hollow is another thing. And it was really amazing about a card like the pump is that, unfortunately, it kind of has somewhat of a ceiling, because if you look at the cards that's before it, this is what was hard on me personally. Like Dark Bomber, the opportunity is still there. Omega, Red Knight, Fish Stick, Aura, Gold Trooper, Skull Trooper, Bright Bomber, Drift, Pilly, and Black Knight, like those, the opportunities are still there, whether they end up in the storyline, whether they're in consistent trailers, whether they're major action figures, things like this. Especially with this Disney rollout, we just don't know what's going to happen. The pump kind of has not a ceiling, as in, if the numbers is there, like where the pump can flourish is what we said in sales. But past that, those ones that's actual characters and skins, it kind of has a little bit more versatility than that.
Yeah, no, I think that was a great rundown. Um, I am sick and my kids are in here sleeping. That's why I turned the
Yeah,
lights off. So if there are any, let's do some final questions if there are any, and I'm going to
yeah,
hop off a little early tonight.
yeah,
I appreciate everybody that came in to see the top 50, and Rob did an amazing job with that video rollout. Um,
bro. Thank you. I
I
appreciate
was
that,
loving
bro.
it. I was loving it. I got to sit back and see the work
Just
happen.
just just see the
Crazy.
man, all those hours, bro. That I would say comfortably it was about it was it was definitely over 10 to 15 hours for sure. Cause just, I mean, we wanted to judge it the right way. So those was that was definitely fun. Um
Yeah, making
I
this top 50 list is not easy.
did
Especially when like you're not being biased, right? It's like there's
yeah.
so much you have to take into account.
It's crazy. And just to see this
Oof.
numbers, y'all, if y'all want to see what Black Knight has been doing, and he is not the only one. uh Tilly through the roof,
Yeah.
76,000. Like these top tier. Now, ironically, this is interesting on the drift side because drift, a lot of his cars doesn't make it. One thing that wasn't on here for some reason was the 4K sale that just happened. But man, 30, he's along with the best of them, the fish sticks, the pillies, the meowscos, 32K, 33, 35, I mean 34K on the likes. And then even on the bright, I really just want to preference on Skull Trooper because I think sometimes people forget because he was graded so much in the beginning. But Skull Trooper 44K on the wish list, 50K on the likes. I think that's something that people are overlooking for sure. But I understand he was the first one out the gate to really get a lot of cards graded. Whether he was pulled first or not is interesting to see.
Yeah, this is a good point too. Is like it's never hard to move a drift. I remember I used to have a hollow, and I was like, all right, because like
Yeah,
I like drift. I have them in
yeah,
game, but like I'm not like a huge fan of drift personally.
yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Shocker, male skin. I don't
Yeah,
like. But I remember, I was like, all right, I'm gonna sell this hollow USA. Man, I had like 5 people jumping at me to
yeah,
buy it. I
yeah.
was like, oh snap, I listed it too cheap. So,
Yeah, no,
for sure, definitely a major card.
that this is definitely I think I mean also just on the Red Knight side, obviously her numbers were a lot stronger than I thought on the wish list and likes. And then you got to factor in that she's 114th overall, which was insane to have those likes. And then on this side, obviously 15 out of 37, the average, pretty much average for the higher highly graded ones, 41%. 45,000 in sales, 11,000 all-time high. Along with, I got to bring my PC card in here. Uh Lux, so Lux at, I think Lux ended up at 18. Now, something that people get confused a lot about Lux, is that Lux is one of the highly used tier 100s. After Midas is Lux. Like if you take out all the Marvel skins, so it's a couple like Spider Gwen and Iron Man, they're highly used, but Lux is right after that. And then also she's on the average 30 graded 12 at 40%, 48,000 total item sales, 8,000 all-time high. Some strong cards in here, man. Strong cards for sure.
Yeah, crazy strong cards. One of the questions, we don't have any news on 2024 tops yet.
Yeah.
Like you said, we know they're making cards. We've got the stuff for the tops website saying that they've got Fortnite logo on there. It's all we
Yeah.
have. But as soon as they drop any kind of news, we are
We'll be
gonna
on it.
find it and we're gonna post it. Um, Expectations, no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
No idea if that's this year, next year. I'm hoping by the national. If not,
Yeah.
we're gonna hit up everyone at the national trying to figure
Oh
this
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. We'll find
So,
something out. We'll find something out for sure.
so if it's not out by the national, man, we might have to make a video there once we get some juicy details. So, I appreciate you too. We appreciate everybody who
Yes.
tunes in every single week.
For
I know some of
real.
you guys were asking about like the whole tipping thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have to get that situated on the back
Yeah.
end, but that's going to
Yeah. On
take
the
a
back
couple
end.
weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
So
appreciate you guys trying to tip. It means a lot to us guys.
for sure.
Um, but I have to go take care of my kids. So I'm keeping them awake and they're sick. So
Yes.
I'm
We
gonna end
appreciate
it.
y'all.
I'm gonna end it here. Just stay tuned. So see you guys next week.
Have a good one, y'all.